Hello, everyone. Welcome to Guy Aitchison's Reinventing the Tattoo Community, where tattoo artists, apprentices, and collectors are joining live events, sharing their tattoos and art, as well as creating art together across the globe. If you haven't already, you can find the mobile app in the Apple App Store and Google Play. And once you have that, you can find all the awesome events going on. You can connect with lots of artists, and you can sell your stuff on the marketplace. There's so much fun things to do on there. Some of the events that we have regularly during the week include the Reinventing Drawing Groups. There is one on Sundays at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jason Leeser. And on Mondays at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time with Jake Meeks. Any times that we have on there should be in Eastern Standard Time. On Thursdays at noon, we have the Tattoo Collecting Podcast with Jordan Rookus and Fawn Baker, and they interview tattoo collectors about their journeys collecting all of their tattoos, and about many other things, including aliens, etc. Coming up on May 11th, we have 9 p.m. we have Bruno Salvatierra will be hosting Hablemos de Art for our Spanish-speaking members. He does that, I believe, once a month, and you can join in if you don't speak Spanish, but there will be people only speaking Spanish generally, and doing art together. So that's lots of fun. If you speak Spanish, come on, or you want to learn or practice speaking Spanish and do some art together. Also coming up on May 18th, there will be a great seminar from Andre Malcolm. He does epic Japanese large scale pieces, mostly bodysuits and sleeves. And he's going to be going over the designing of a koi sleeve, how he would go about that from beginning to end. It's about 2 hours and it's $99. You can register now through the app or on the website. And this is something that will be available afterwards as well. But if you want to go in live, then I believe there will be a question and answer at the end. So definitely worth coming in live. And tonight you're joining us for Tent Talk with Robert Schaal, who will be interviewing Penny Funk, the wife of Crazy Eddie, as well as Brian Leibart. Before we start, I wanted to say thank you to our awesome sponsors because they make it possible for us to bring this to you for free. So thank you to Inkjet Stencils. You can check out their sponsor area on the main menu of the app to learn how you can get free samples of their stencils mailed to you. And they do very high quality stencils. And you can just send them an email and of the artwork. This would be for something that you've got coming up ahead of time, so that you can wait for a stencil to be mailed to you, but then you can check it out and make sure that that would be something that you'd be interested in investing in. We also have Raw Pigments, which make acrylic-free, organic, vegan inks. And I believe you can talk to them about the raw pigments themselves. I've just started using them and they are pretty fantastic colors. I believe there's another sponsor, but I have not been updated on who that is. So I apologize to whoever that is. We are so grateful for you. All right, I am going to see if Rob is ready for me to pass this on to him. Rob, how you doing?
Oh, pretty good. Make one little adjustment. Awesome. We're going to be having, as people know, a lot of guests, different people. And let me see. We're going to be having Penny in too as well. And let me see. A lot of people are a little bit newer with the Zoom, as you already know. And we're different area codes and stuff like that. So what we're going to do is we're going to be having her in, inviting her in. Has she sent you a request yet?
She has not sent any sort of request yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let me take a half a second. She's still having trouble. She just hit me up right now.
Yep, no worries.
Zoom. Brian, can you actually give her a little call?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Brian. Yeah, we'll all introduce each other as soon as we get linked on real quick. Let me get this test going.
Okay, so I've just gotten a message as well, so I can talk about that for a second. So Dermalize Pro. So I believe that is an aftercare. I've actually never used Dermalize Pro, but Dermalize Pro is the other sponsor. So thank you so much, Dermalize Pro, for that.
Hey, Penny. Are you able to get on? Oh, you're having trouble.
See?
I clicked on that link that he sent me. He sent me the link in Facebook Messenger.
Sorry, everybody, for the technical difficulties. I know we've got some people watching, and you're excited to see me, and we are excited to have her.
Yep. Yes.
All right.
Does it say open an app?
We'll get there.
Okay. Join our Zoom cloud meeting.
So if anybody is in the chat room right now, we'd love to hear where you're beaming in from. Maybe you have some questions that you'd like to pass on for Penny. You can put those in there. And just say hello, let us know who you are, where you're coming from.
And then what does it say? Does it give you any options?
And if you can see and hear everything okay, just let us know if there's everything's working okay for you.
Right.
I'm going to send her the numbers and the passcode exactly like I did last time. So just hit the blue Zoom button, and then I'm going to give her the numbers individually. I sent them to her right now, and I'm going to send her the code right now as well.
Okay. Robert, he's sending you the numbers individually like last time.
But trust me, Penny's definitely worth waiting for.
That's right.
Robert, where are you sending them?
I'm going to send them to her on her cell phone.
Yeah, on your cell phone.
We've got Kyle Fuqua in the chat room saying these are great, and thank you to everyone involved. Glad to have you, Kyle. That's awesome.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah.
All right. And once she gets these numbers, she's really fast at getting this in too. So we're only seconds away from us. Crazy stories. Okay, yeah. Tell Penny I just sent her the numbers, and then I sent her the code, which are all numbers again. So it's really easy.
He sent you the numbers and the code.
Awesome. I'm sorry if if there was a passcode. I meant for there not to be, but it was kind of a.
Well, I individually went on and gave her that.
Robert,
so I went in and yes.
Okay.
She wants to know where to put them, the numbers.
All right, the numbers. As soon as she hits that Zoom thing,
hit the Zoom app.
She's gonna hit join meeting.
No, join. Yeah. Okay.
She's gonna put in the first. I think it's 9. It's 11.
Yep. Meeting ID. That's gonna be the first set.
First 11. There'll be 11 numbers that I sent her, beginning with 83.
Okay.
And when it asks for a passcode, the passcode is going to be a 6-digit code, and it begins in 38.
Awesome. Thanks again for your patience, guys.
And the people that were listening to some of the sponsors, I don't really have much to do with the sponsorship part of it, but that inkjetta is phenomenal. That stencil is just, it's phenomenal. It's really, really, really nice. When you put that up,
passcode in, right?
Yeah, the passcode is 6 digits and it begins. There you are. All right, and if you want, can you go in there, Sandra, and change her name from iPad to Penny Funk?
What's that, Penny?
I'm actually not sure if I'm allowed to do that. Am I allowed to do that?
Yeah, you can do it. You
There
can do
should
it.
be
Just click
field that
on
says
her
tag
menu.
code.
Yeah, there you go.
There you go. Thank you.
There you go.
Oh, you
There
do?
you go. Awesome.
Sweet. I did not know that was a thing. See,
Well,
I'm
I
learning new
usually
stuff
been
today.
helping her out, and she can turn her camera on and she'll be ready to rock and roll.
There you are.
There we go.
Okay.
How are you?
Awesome. Welcome.
Cheers.
Wonderful. All right, I'm going to slip off into the background, but if anybody has any questions,
What about, hold on, before you do, can we make sure her audio and everything's working first?
Oh, yeah, there's something preventing your audio there, Penny.
If she didn't connect with audio, she might have to disconnect and connect back and hit connect with audio. She may have to do that. Or she can look down. Can she hear me? She's got to connect with audio. Tell her to do what she did before, log out, and then log right back on and connect with audio. The option to connect with audio.
Did you hear that, Penny?
She can't hear us. She has no sound.
No. I'm wondering if maybe I put her into the waiting room, then that'll make it.
You might have.
Or if I put, if I do that, and then would she
Okay,
maybe be able to?
this, you might have to disconnect and then reconnect, and then it's going to ask you, do you want to connect with audio?
Yes, hit yes.
And then
Connect
hit
with
yes.
audio.
Just it should say leave meeting.
Oh, I can.
Okay.
Okay.
Now try to connect again.
She'll connect with audio this time.
And then
So we've just got.
Might have to change your name one more time.
Yeah.
As she enters.
hit.
It said she did not connect with audio.
Yeah, she didn't connect with audio again.
Yeah, you got to disconnect. But this time when you reconnect, it's going to ask you with audio and click yes.
Yes, connect with audio.
We're close. We're close. There we go.
It doesn't give you any other option. Wi-Fi. Click Wi-Fi.
Oh boy.
There you go. There you are, Penny. Now turn camera on and we're good to go.
Oh, uh-oh. What happened?
We can hear you.
There you are.
There you
All right,
go.
I'm gonna hang up.
My
Well
nerves are
done.
shot. I know I'm going to sleep good tonight.
That's perfect. That's perfect.
Oh, well, lovely. I'm so glad that you can make it, and I'm sorry that there was some delays and time confusion and all that. And we're glad to have
Oh,
you.
I'm used to that. If anything went normal, I'd be upset. Everything messed up, I'm good to go.
Awesome.
Awesome.
All right, well, I'm gonna
still talking on
further
the
into the
phone.
background. But if anybody has any questions for Penny or Brian or Rob, you can put them in there, and I'll find a time to ask those. But
Very, very cool.
I want to say a quick hi to Lori and Gary, my former friends.
All right then. All right. Well, everybody knows we get together and have these little talks and get tattooers and tattoo collectors and tattoo enthusiasts and everything. We try to get us all together like maybe once, twice a month. And we're very lucky to have Penny Funk today. So I'm really happy. And we got Brian in too. I mean, some say they are, and some say they ain't friends. We'll let them discuss that.
No, I'll tell you what he is. He's better than family.
Okay. All right.
Put it
Okay.
that way.
So the truth does come out then. Very nice.
Yes. I only lie in court under oath.
Nice. But yeah, I'll give you just a little small background on Brian. Brian, as people know, I collect Rockford, Milton Zeis, 815 area code types tattoo memorabilia stuff, and he's helped me get some really cool stuff, man. we'll talk about Crazy Eddie and stuff like that, but I'll just introduce him as Brian, and he's helped me get a lot of the stuff that you've seen, and we'll talk about that throughout the years and throughout the 10 talks and stuff like that. So I'll let him introduce himself, and everybody knows Penny Funk. So we'll start off with Penny. You want to introduce yourself and give a little backstory?
Okay. I'm from a family of 10. I was the last one, so that's why I was named Penny, because I was the only one that had any sense. But anyhow, I've known Eddie since I was 18 years old. And I remember when they had shut down tattooing in New York, and him and Dracula came to Philly. I had never seen anything like that in my life. Between Eddie's hairdo and Dracula's tattoos, it was like, whoa. And I don't know, all I can say is it's been a very, very interesting life for me, the tattoo world. I know Eddie was afraid when I started getting tattooed that I would blame him for getting tattooed. And I said, no, I make my own decisions. And I love it when people walk up to you and say, how could you ruin your body like that? I said, what are you talking about? I think it looks better. I said, I don't like your dress. I don't like your hairdo. Where do they come from giving you your opinion? You don't even know me. Get lost. My body, my choice. I have no regrets.
Yeah.
Except getting married.
Oh, that's good times.
That's a whole nother story.
That's the next chapter of our story.
Yeah.
And Brian, you wanna introduce yourself and tell people how long you've been tattooing and a little bit of something or collecting?
No, I haven't been tattooing. I'm a collector, and I help Penny sell off a lot of the old United stock from the 90s. And I also buy, trade, and collect a lot of different tattoo memorabilia. Right.
I didn't know that. I thought I don't know why I always assume everybody I fucking talk to tattoos. You know what I'm saying? But yeah. I've always seen you in a lot of the historical forums and a lot of the pages, and I've always seen you with some super nice stuff, man. Super cool stuff, and I'm always like, man, he's got a lot of cool shit, dude.
Thanks.
Yeah, that's nice. Yeah, you got a lot of really cool stuff, man. And like I said, I want to, here I'll show you a little something and get too deep into it. This is one of the books from the tattoo school that I got from you.
Oh, cool.
Got all the lessons, and it's in
Nice.
mint condition. And I mean, you've seen it, you know what it's like.
Yeah.
Appreciate you on that, Brian. That's a super nice book, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, it's
Anytime,
amazing.
man.
Absolutely amazing. And yeah. But Penny, what's one of the first conventions that you went to?
Oh my goodness. Oh, I don't even want to talk about that. The first convention I went to, Eddie and I got married.
Okay.
In Seattle. And I wouldn't let him drink, because I said, it's bad enough I'm marrying a crazy man, but they're going to say I had to get him drunk to marry me. And I was so nervous. It was so scary, but what a bunch of wonderful people. I remember I ended up getting drunk, and I'm not much of a drinker. And Rob Schaal walked me back to my room, and I'm 5'5", and he was a little bit shorter than me, but I was a lot shorter than him when we were walking to the room. What a gentleman. He took me to the room and made sure I got there safely and stuff like that. Ooh, and I'm telling you, it's a whole different world. When I first started going, I was so nervous because as mouthy as I am now, you would never believe that I was quiet and shy. And I thought, oh my God, I'll never fit into this world, and I'm looking at all these women heavily tattooed, and I thought, wow, how do they walk down the street without people bothering them? Now I know. I can be wearing long sleeves, long pants, and somebody say, oh, you have tattoos. I'm thinking, where did they see them? I don't know. But anyhow, it's just, yeah, I did. I used to hide in the room for a long time. And then after a while, I started coming out, and then I started smoking pot with the rest of them. And then, oh boy, well, I think they got mad at me because I was a cheap pie. I went in there and I got a contact high. I was higher than anybody in there, and they kept saying, "Oh, let's go get Penny." But what a wonderful world this was. I mean, I really enjoyed every moment of it. I have no regrets at all.
Yeah,
Except
that's awesome.
You know, I'm serious. The next time somebody uses crazy with their name, I'm going to pay a lot of attention.
I bet. Oh, that was some fun. That was some fun stuff. I imagine. Some fun stuff. Oh, very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah, conventions are a little bit different nowadays. That's for sure.
Oh my goodness. Oh, I went to the ones that Troy has in Philly the last 2 years before COVID. I don't know half the people, and to see, you see so many people with facial tattoos that you didn't see before.
Oh,
and it was, wow, because I mean, Dracula was the first one I ever saw with facial tattoos, and I still got my eyes open and looking. But they're just a wonderful bunch of people, and conventions are so great. It was like a family reunion to me when I used to go to them. It would take us 3 hours to walk up one aisle, stopping and talking to everybody. And, you know, people would say to me, "Have you seen Eddie?" I said, "If he's not at the bar, I don't have a clue where he's at."
So, but he's up at the bar.
Yeah. And if he wasn't at the bar, you're on your own. But yeah, it's, I don't know. I met some really, what I liked about conventions too, like when you go to the conventions, you would meet everybody, every walk of life, the good, the bad, the ugly, and everything in between. And you'd see them dressed up in tuxedos to jeans and t-shirts, and they all fit in and blended. And I thought, wow, this is really cool.
Yeah.
You know, I'm laughing at the stuff you're collecting from Brian. I thought it was junk. If you knew the stuff that I threw away.
So good.
Oh, yes. I know. Yep. Yeah, that's crazy. I can't even begin to imagine the stuff that you threw away.
Oh.
Because honestly, I was not me with like Eddie, but when we were younger, because I've been in the tattoo industry my whole life. So when my uncle would close an old shop or something like that, or someone would get rid of something, they would just throw that shit away, throw it away. Now I don't throw none of it away. I collect all of it. I save all of it. So yeah, I got some flash and stuff, and that I've been collecting from old shops that's been in the family for like maybe 30, 35 years. So it's just like, awesome. It's crazy that man, it's just crazy. I see some of the stuff that's been thrown away, and just think back, like what you said, all the acetate stencils, like in 2000, I did this. We cleaned out the basement of an old tattoo shop called Goldie's Tattoo in Rockford, Illinois, and just threw them away. Like you were saying, I bet you got rid of so much stuff of his. What resonates on your head that you just think back and say, wow, why did I get rid of that piece? What was it?
Well, let me put it to you this way. Rob Schaal gave Eddie a machine collection, and he gave that away.
Oh.
I had, we had a museum in the Kensington shop, and we had a dress from Betty Broadbent.
Oh, wow.
Her husband. Wow. And I mean, just so many things that we had in the museum and stuff like that, that who knows what happened to them. You know, when I heard that saying, you know, one man's junk is another man's treasure, I felt like one man's junk is another man's junk down the road. You know, so I started getting rid of it. I figured, no, I'll save money. I don't want to save all that junk.
Yeah,
but,
right.
It just makes me sick, some of the stuff I did give away or throw away.
Yeah. You didn't think,
though. Brian opened my eyes up to what's going on and how this stuff is gold to some people. Yes. Boy, I wish I knew. I wish I knew. I would be on Easy Street now.
Oh yeah. Oh, absolutely. Yeah. And who would have known? Because like everybody was saying, you were saying, a lot of people just 15, 20 years ago, people weren't really thinking about collecting of bulls or historical bulls or saber bulls. But now it's like on the forefront of everybody's mind.
Yes.
But yeah, a lot of really important people, such as Eddie, passed away recently, you know, and it's really shocked people that are in their 40s and 50s and 60s to really think. So yeah, I mean, I'm really fortunate that we're all still around for as long as we can hang out and do some of these conventions once they get kicked back off, man. I'll be really excited to see y'all there.
Yeah, I think they're going to be. I don't know. I think Brian said that Troy's going to have one in Philly in what, September?
September. Richie Montgomery's telling me September 10th or 13th.
Okay, I'll find out the dates from.
I did hear that.
I'm right near the train station. I can take the train right into Philly. Well, I have to take a cab because it's a long walk now. We used to go right into the center, but just seeing the people and people I don't even know, I hear them saying, "Oh, there's Penny Funk," and I'm thinking, "Oh, stay away if you're smart." Oh, I do. I just love seeing people, and I love the fact. One of the facts that I like about it is, you see some really, really cool stuff, the piercings and all like that. And I'm thinking, oh, wow, I wish I could do that. I'm a little chicken with the piercings, but it just fascinates me that where people say, oh, I'll just tell you this quick story, which made me laugh. There was a guy on Facebook, with COVID and all this stuff, everybody's quarantined and stuff. My dogs are my best friend right now.
Yeah, right.
He sent a friend request, and I thought, okay. So I accepted his friend request, and then he saw me getting tattooed. Somebody posted something of me getting a tattoo maybe 2 years ago. That guy said, I like my body just the way it is. And he blocked me. I thought, are you serious? You might like your body the way it is, but have you looked at your face? Are you serious? It's not even talking to him. I'm trying to be nice. I'm going back to being a bitch. I have more fun.
But you can't lose with those tools.
No.
Yeah, that's good shit. Yeah, but nowadays, more people. Yeah, people are crazy. Nowadays, though, really, more people have tattoos than don't have tattoos. So that mentality is almost like a holy shit. What do you think?
They're the oddballs.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely they are. That's crazy.
I joined a senior center. A guy said to me, "Are you trying to hide your tattoo?" I said, "No, but you can stop looking at them." It's like,
Right. Just look at the ones you like.
Yeah. Oh, I don't even care. I swear, I was going to a convention and wearing a long coat, a little bit, and the guy says, "Oh, you're going to the tattoo convention?" I looked. I said, "How does he know I'm going?" They have to be looking up my arm.
Yeah. Who name a couple people that you've been tattooed by, Penny?
Oh my goodness. One of my favorite is Rob Schaal. I got tattooed by him in '87, and he did a yellow rose,
Nice.
With Texas in '87. Him and Bobby were going to do it together, and Bob Schaal just kept on going. I said, "Yeah, keep going, get that done." Bob Schaal, Tony Olivas, Suzanne Fauser, Corey Miller.
Oh yeah.
I'm trying to think. Cap Sumsky. I don't know how to pronounce his name.
Right.
Robbie Easton. Oh, I can't. I got so many. I can't even think.
P.A. Stevens.
Julie Moon.
Oh.
P.A. Stevens.
Who?
P.A.
P.A. Stevens. The very first tattoo I got was Eddie's portrait on my shoulder.
Really? That's amazing.
And that was at the convention. And then for the longest time, I guess I would say maybe 7 years, I had like 7 tattoos. And I kept going to these conventions and kept looking at these women, and I just thought they were beautiful.
Yeah.
So finally I said, Daddy, one day I said, I'm going to go for it. He said, what are you talking about? I said, I'm getting sleeved. I'm getting oh yeah, what? Wait a minute, Guy Atkinson.
Oh yeah,
leave him out. Jack Rudy.
Yeah, Jack. Yeah.
And when I was getting tattooed by Guy Atkinson, this guy said to me, "How'd you get an appointment with him?" I've been on his list for 3 years, and I lie once in a while. I said, "Well, I've been on it for 4." And I one thing. Guy came over and wanted to tattoo me. I am so honored. I sit around and I look at these tattoos, and I don't care what I forget, but I don't want to forget where I got my tattoos from.
Right.
Sometimes I don't know what day it is, but I'm grateful every day that I have my tattoos because I'm doing what I want. I tried pleasing other people. That's a waste of time. I'm pleasing me, and that's easy.
Yeah, that sounds like the right thing.
Oh yeah, and Dracula, when he first came to town, he always had a shop across the street from Eddie. So I have a twin sister and another sister who's like 14 months older. And every month we'd go down, Dracula would have a heart in the window and he would have Pam's name, Sharon's name, Penny. And I'm like, oh, it's my month. And Dracula asked me to go to female impersonator show. I'm 18 years old. I didn't even know what it was. So I said, yeah, sure, let's go. It was a Tropicana in Philly. So we go to the show and I'm sitting there. I had a half a drink. I was like, my eyes were like saucers looking at this stuff. And then years later, Dracula was in Eddie's shop and he said to me, Penny, do you remember that time we went on a date? And I looked around to see who heard that because I thought I didn't know that was a date. I said, oh my God. But boy, what a character. And Dracula was smart because he always built his shop across the street from Eddie because when Eddie would throw people out, they'd go across the street to Jack. So he was a good businessman.
Yeah.
Because Eddie, I don't know, Eddie he was okay when he's drunk at the bar. He loved everybody, but he really wasn't a people person. He had no patience talking to them. And it got to the point that I would talk to the people, get the stencil out, set them up. He would do the outline and the shading and I would color it in. And he didn't have to talk to the customer. I said, don't talk to them. Because he would throw them out the door. One day we're in the shop. He's throwing 7 people out. I said, what the hell are we doing here? He said, come back tomorrow when Tommy's here. I said, put a note on the door telling them that. I'm not standing in here to watch you throw people out. I'm going out to dinner. He was, you don't know anybody until you live with them. Everybody said, oh, Eddie is so funny. Take him home. Take him home. Nobody would take him home. I thought it was funny for 3 years. Then he wiped the smile off my face. But I really have no regrets. I had a wonderful life, did a lot of things, did a lot of traveling. Eddie and I went to Australia and Hawaii and different places. And I remember we got off a bus in Hawaii and everybody came over and they're looking at me and looking at the tattoos. I'm thinking, yeah. And then they looked and saw Eddie. They said, oh, you have tattoos too. And they just ignored him. Yeah, he went by Crazy Eddie. And I thought almost normal Penny because I couldn't be totally normal marrying him. So that's what we went by. But what a wonderful world. Oh my goodness. The people you meet, good, bad, and ugly and everything else.
What about like overseas conventions and stuff like that?
I never did those. Eddie used to do them.
Right. So you never went over there and checked it out?
No.
That was one step too crazy, yeah.
What's that?
One step too crazy.
Right. But Eddie went over there. He used to go overseas and stuff like that. And I remember when I went to a convention, they had people from Scotland and England and Australia, and their accent, I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. Let's go on the left and whatever. And so I started drinking, and when I was drinking, I understood them. Next day they said, hello, mate. I said, fuck off. I had a hangover. Well, Jeff Baker, he used to come, oh God, he was a funny man if he was telling life stories, but if he was telling a joke, nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. He told one joke, he cleared the room. He says, I have another one. Everybody kept going. They talk about a gherkin. That's a pickle. We didn't know what the hell he was talking about. And the jokes are bad. Life stories, funny as hell. He was my buddy. I love Jeff.
Oh, crazy.
And Terry Wrigley, we went on a road trip with him. What a nightmare that was. Whew. Only thing I learned from him was don't go traveling with them. Good traveling. They did they liked to walk. We didn't. They liked, whatever. We had nothing in common. They didn't like the food. They complained about the food. Finally, I said to Terry, I said, how many times have you been here? He said, oh, 22. I said, you haven't figured out by now the food is different? Do you have to complain every meal? Shut up. Okay, somebody else's turn, or what else do you want to know?
Let me ask you this. What was one of Eddie's catchphrase? Like, what was one of the things he would say a lot? Like that hit you right in the head.
Just opening his mouth pissed me off. But anyhow, no, here's what I like. He was a good storyteller, but he wasn't accurate. He would tell a story and I would say to him, Eddie, I was there. That isn't even close to what happened. He said, but it sounds better, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. So sounds good to me. So one day we had just got carpeting in the living room and I was smoking a cigarette and I was busy doing stuff and the cigarette fell and burnt. And he said, what happened here? And I said, well, I was busy cleaning and I dropped the cigarette. So he said to me, well, let's blame it on your brother Lois. I said, okay. He was funny telling stories. He would take them out of context. If there was one guy, he would say there was 15. We went to Las Vegas one time and he got mugged. And the guys in the shop was always blowing smoke up his ass because they're saying, oh, wow, Eddie, if you got mugged, anybody could get mugged. I said, if he didn't get mugged, they weren't muggers. He was begging them to mug him. That's it, and the more he drank, the louder he got. And I remember one time, Fat Sammy from Germany came over. And the two of them were sitting here drinking at the table and they're banging on the table and it's a tile table. And it's yeah. And they kept this shit up. And I got up. We had to go somewhere the next day early. I got up and I said, yeah, my ass, shut the fuck up. So him and Sammy get up. Sammy goes in the bedroom. He said, oh, I must, So he goes in the bedroom. He was so drunk, he fell, broke the door. And then I have a small bathroom, and he was in the tub, face down, like this. So Eddie goes in, he says, oh, he was a big guy. Eddie couldn't pick him up, and he was drunk his own self. So he says, Sammy, stay here. I will get some of the guys, and we'll pull you out. And Sammy says, no. He said, no, I will push it, and you pull it, and up he came, and he came up, threw up on, oh my God, it was a nightmare. Well, Eddie cleaned that shit up. I didn't, but he was a nice guy too. I really liked him and I felt really bad for him. And we went to, they have a Shady Maple smorgasbord in Pennsylvania. So we took Sammy there and we took our dog. It was like a nice spring day. We could leave the windows down. And he said, oh, can we bring the dog in with us? I said, no, we can't bring, oh, we'll see where they are. They can bring their dogs in the restaurant and everything as long as they're well behaved. But, and the stories he told too, it was just fascinating. No, Eddie was drunk most of the time. He would be drunk. He'd get up the next day. I'm sorry. I hate that word. Two things I don't want to hear. I don't want to hear I love you, and I don't want to hear I'm sorry. What are you sorry for? You did it last week, you did it this week, and I know you're going to do it next week, so shove your sorry up your ass. Anyhow, the one day, I got sick of him not, I went through all this shit I went through with him, and he didn't remember. So I had a video camera. So I set the camera up. And I know I'm being filmed. You would not believe how nice that was. And I'd say, oh, stop. No. Whatever. Usually I would have plugged him. So, yeah, the next day he says, oh, I'm sorry. I said, would you like to know what you're sorry for? He said, what do you mean? I said, you're always saying, I'm sorry. What do you, sorry mean? Sorry is a mistake. You do the same thing over and over again. So he says, well, what do you mean? I said, well, I videotaped you. His eyes got big as a saucer. And he said, no, he wouldn't watch it. So another drunk told him, make her get rid of that tape. That's something I wish I saved.
Oh, that'd have been a good one.
That would have been unbelievable. So it took him 3 months to watch this tape. He sits down, he's watching the tape. He says, and he's sitting there watching it, and he said, "I didn't say that." I thought, oh,
Yeah.
that's it. I'm done. Oh no, he was a lot of fun for 3 years. He wiped the smile off my face. I'm telling you, just got so the same shit over and over and over again. Oh, but he did a lot for the tattoo industry.
Oh, he did. Yeah, people
And
loved him.
everybody loved him, but take him home. Why don't you take him home, please? And then I would love him.
They just wanted to borrow him for the 6-hour convention or time they were there.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, he was a piece of work. Well, one thing I have to say though too is most people in Eddie's family, most of the guys didn't make it past 60. His father was like 55. There, he drank and smoked pot and Camels non-filter for years, and he lived to be 80. So he beat the odds. So maybe the rest of them should have drank and smoked and did all that stuff too, and they would still be around.
Right. And he got around real well too, all the way until.
Well, after he had a heart attack, and he was a mess with that too, because he didn't want to stay in the hospital because he couldn't smoke. He said if they would have just gave me a cigarette, but he ended up, he had to stay.
Yeah.
And I think that's when he started going downhill after the heart attack, and then other problems. So
yeah, because it was pretty amazing. He was always at the conventions, everybody's taking pictures with him and hanging out, and then all of a sudden the next year it was like, wow, no convention's gone. Yeah.
And did you, his voice too, how raspy and stuff, all that smoking and stuff he did, it did play a toll on him. Well, I remember he used to go to the store all the time, and he loved to go grocery shopping, and I hate grocery shopping. But he'd come home with shit like you wouldn't believe. He came home with 6 jars of jelly. I said, Eddie, what'd you buy that for? Neither one of us eat jelly. But look at the colors. Aren't they pretty? Another thing he would do, you'd go grocery shopping. I'm walking in the store. It was, he would open up a jar of pickles. He would make sandwiches. Next thing you know, one time I got 11 bottles of mustard in my refrigerator. I don't eat mustard. So he's going shopping. I said, take mustard with you. You come home with another thing of mustard, it's going up your ass. So we're in the store one time. He's walking around, he's eating cheese doodles. The guy comes up to him and says, you can't eat cheese. You can't eat that in the store. So, he's going to pay for it. He says, I don't care. You're not allowed to eat it. So he says, the guy here, I can't eat them. You take them. The guy walked away. Another time we're in the store had just opened, and usually they give you samples of stuff when they open the store. Yeah. So I'm in the store with him walking around. He's got this styrofoam cup with some chili soup in it. So I didn't know he walked over to the salad bar, helped himself, and walking around. So he says to me, okay, here's the food police. I'm thinking, what the hell's he talking about? So he said, Penny, here, try this. So I got the cup, I got the spoon. The guy says to me, Miss, now don't tell me he got us two mixed up. He said, Miss, we sell that by the pound. How are we supposed to know what to charge you? I said, I just weighed myself before I came in. Weigh me on the way out. I mean, and that was it. I said, that's it. I'm done. I'm never going to the store with you again. So I wouldn't go shopping with them. Another time I'm at we're at the casino, and I'm standing in line. I think I'm getting $10 rebate or something. This woman taps me on the shoulder. I turned around and she said, don't you think that guy has an unusual hairdo? And I turned around and see who she was talking about. It was Eddie. And I said, no, not really. I said, I'm kind of used to it. That's my husband. The woman looked like, oh, Floor, open up and swallow me. Of all the people that she had to tap with was me. So, okay, Brian, you're up. Brian?
Yeah.
She's like, Brian?
So I got I brought on a couple of I brought out a couple of frames, Zeiss frames. I
Okay,
figured,
all right.
at a show, I figured you'd want to see them. This one's a deluxe.
Nice. Is that chrome plated too?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, the lighting isn't so good.
Yeah, that's cool.
And then this is a B model frame.
Yeah. That's chrome too.
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah,
Those
both
are
of them,
nice.
yeah.
Those are real nice.
I know you probably have a bunch of them in your collection, right?
Yeah, I have both of those, but I don't have them chromed like that. I got them
Oh
no, I got them
Oh,
one's pitted. Yeah, right. They're
it's
both
sold.
real. I want to try to get well, I want to try to get as many as I can of them, but yeah, well, I really like them Zeiss machines, man, and that especially that deluxe. That's off of the Jonesy frame, but yeah, those chrome ones. I haven't seen very many of those.
Yeah, I want to try to get a super electric, but a complete machine.
Right. A lot of the stuff is real rare, man. Every once in a while, coming from like Rockford, you'll see somebody that has something, because there's a lot of people around here that have a little bit of Zeiss stuff. But
Right.
It's like you said, it's real hard to find anything that's all original, all there, and all true to form. So I'm lucky. I'm lucky to have the two that I have, but always looking for those, man. Those are beautiful.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are super nice. Here, let me show this real quick. Oh,
Sure.
Great, you want to talk
this
to me?
is
Have you heard all my shit already?
this is that sheet I got from you.
Oh, cool.
Let me see.
You got it framed. Nice.
Yeah, it's in a cheap frame because I throw it around a lot. But yeah,
Awesome.
cool.
I think it's, yeah.
I really like it, man. I really like this sheet. Real cool sheet.
Hello.
Oh, there's two.
Yeah. No, Coco's starting to behave.
What other kind of Zeiss stuff do you have?
That's it, actually. I have some lessons of my own, like my own set of them. Like you have the book, but they're not bound like that. Did you have that done, or I sold them to you like that?
No, it was in a thing, and I put them in the little binder and everything like that.
Oh, cool.
So it looked kind of nice, and I put this one here too, that tattoo of the month
Right.
club
Nice.
in the front there, and
Cool.
there's the original of it. Honestly, I think I got that from you too.
Yeah, it looks familiar.
Yeah, and yeah, it's a really nice, really nice, man. I haven't seen very many people with that full book like that. Very few people have I seen with it. Very few.
I think it's so neat. I wish I wanted to collect stuff like that.
I never wanted to.
I've never been into collecting. I want to collect money. I
Yeah.
want to collect that.
Yeah, you're probably smarter. You're way smarter than all of us. Yeah, honestly.
But it's that really, it's tattooing has been around forever. And to keep it alive the way you guys do, I think it's fascinating. Me, I'm not interested. I got to tell the truth.
Yeah, I wasn't either. It came to me on accident. I started, it started honestly when I joined the historical Facebook stuff. That's when I started getting into it. And then I'd see somebody post something and I was like, oh, that's cool, man. I wish I had one of those. And then I'd see something on eBay and I'd be like, fuck it, let me bid on it. And all of a sudden I'd win it. And I'd be like, oh shit, now I got this.
Yeah.
And I started liking it. And then, and then, then I meet a lot of people. Like that's how I met Brian, and I meet a lot of people through them collecting or them selling me something or trading or something like that. So yeah, it's worked out real cool, man. I met a lot of super cool people through the trading and buying of it. And now that I started doing it in a bigger fashion, now I got bit for sure. I got the bug for sure.
I get a lot of people will send me a friend request and he'll say, you know, whatever. And then I accept their friendship and they say, oh, by the way, do you have any business cards and stuff that you can mail me to Istanbul? Yeah, it's in the mail now.
Yeah.
Send me something with stamps on it.
Yeah.
I don't even know these people.
So
Can
yeah,
I just something? Yeah, it's in the mail.
yeah. Yeah.
So, people.
Yeah, people are goofy. People are real goofy, especially
You know,
over
it's like,
collectible stuff.
I want to. Well, if you want to collect stuff, you know, you're calling. You want a friend request from me for me to send you something that's going to cost me postage. It's on its way.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And people are crazy, man, especially if they know you collect stuff or you have stuff or you have items. Dude, like you said, I've had people like I've joined a Facebook page, and at first I used to would post what I had or what I would like if I got some I'd post and just to show the community. And then the next thing you know, you have like 5 or 6 people hit you up, direct message you or instant message you or private message you. How much was that? Where can you get that at? You want to sell me that? I'm like, motherfucker, if I want to sell it, I want to sell it on the sell page.
Yourself, yeah.
Yeah, I was showing you guys. I was just trying to share it with the community. Yeah. So I quit posting all my stuff because it was like, holy shit, you guys are crazy. Yeah.
It brings the crazies out.
Yeah, I only post what I want you to see that I have, or on a forum that I'm selling. And speaking of that, though, if anybody like you, Brian, or you, Penny, you have stuff that you want to get rid of, and you want to, you don't want to barter with people, you don't want to get all crazy, you just want to put the item and put the price and be done with it. Now that you guys are members of Reinventing the Tattoo, we on there's a spot where they have marketplace for people that can put stuff. Like I put looking for Zeiss tattoo frames, looking for flash, looking for stuff, and then people will reach out to me and say, hey Rob, I got this, or I'm looking for this, or stuff like that. So if you do have stuff that you guys want to have in historical stuff, people will be able to reach out to you on there and buy stuff from you right straight through the app and through marketplace. And one of the good things about it is you post it, you put the picture, you put the description, and then you get to talk to the person individual, and you get to get the money your way, however you want, maybe through Cash App, PayPal, Bitcoin, cash, check, however you do your business. There's a formula for it through the new app that they got. So yeah, check into that too. So I know you guys are deep into
I just want to tell you, this is a really, really cool site, because I was watching some of the videos earlier. I saw one with you and Judy Parker. Yeah. Which I got a tattoo from Judy Parker. I couldn't walk for 3 days. It was on my foot. And all my ankles are bad. But it was very interesting. And she really is a cool person. Very nice, very talented artist. And she's awesome.
Yeah. Look at hold on, let me show you something real quick if I can.
How am I doing, Lori?
Yes. Since you mentioned Judy, I'll show you something I just got from Judy last week.
Okay. That's for Lori. I know she's watching. I know I'm going to sleep for 3 days.
Yeah, I just picked this up from Judy probably about a week ago. Steampunk machine.
Oh,
cool.
Wow. Ooh, look at the detail in that.
That's Judy Parker. She threw it together. Obviously, it's a steampunk crazy creation, not a functional running machine, but it's all signed. It's number 5 by Judy. And yeah, she's a beast. I love her. Yeah, she's really cool.
That's pretty awesome, man.
Yeah, she's cool.
What was it? What was the machines I had? Who was the two from? One was from Jack Armstrong.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
nice.
And who was the other one?
Well, there was 2 others. There was one from Lou Rubino. And then there was another one from Catfish Carl.
Yeah.
And it had the Pirate Girl side.
Yes.
Side plate. I don't know if you have ever seen that one, Rob.
I got a Catfish Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got an original Catfish Carl.
Yeah.
Not
Yes.
one like that with side plate though. I have the one of his earlier ones, but yeah, super cool.
Yeah. Well, speaking of Jack Armstrong, I have his wife's Clif Raven machine.
Oh wow, that's kick ass.
Sold.
Right, no
How do you
doubt.
want to pay? Check, PayPal?
Venmo.
Don't be
Oh,
shy.
yeah. That's nice.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, I Clif Ragen actually got his first machine from Zeiss.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, yep. That's the story that they write down in the books. Yep, got his first tattoo machines from Milton Zeis.
Cool.
Yep, back in the beginning of the days, and I think, well, not think, but yeah, he was I don't think he like lived in Rockford, but he was a Rockfordite too. Clif Raven, a couple of those guys. But Milton Zeiss, he was selling stuff to everybody back then. You know, everybody.
Yeah.
I mean, people really don't realize to the extent. Well, tattoo community does, but people don't realize to the extent to how really he was the main guy just putting it out there, man. From the books to the catalogs to the inks to the pigments to the tints to the flash to it, man. He didn't care. I mean, and he was just a carny of the carnies when it comes to the tattoo game. He wasn't fucking around. he was getting it in.
Oh, we can drink. Ooh.
Oh yeah, treat yourself. Yeah, we do a little smoking and drinking here, but it is all legal.
You don't want to do it with me because I don't shut up. Don't ever get to talk again.
Well, that's okay. We don't mind. And I do want to tell you, you are a beautiful storyteller, and you got some beautiful stories, and that's what we do, specialize in storytelling.
Oh my God, some of them I don't. You know, like people say, "Oh, you should write a book." I don't believe half the shit I saw myself. So what would I put it under? Please believe it or not. Well, people say, "Oh, I have Eddie's books," and boy, I said, "Well, the only thing I can say is he was a really good storyteller. It's a good thing he wasn't there to actually see what was going on." Oh my God. You know, whenever you went out with him, you never knew what the next adventure was going to be. We were on a cruise ship one time. I went to get my nails done. I came back. I think he had alcohol poisoning. I think he drank too much or something. You know, I know when I'm having an argument. He comes over, he said, "Boy, I could slap you." And I just looked at him because like this, and boy, I knocked him on the bed, jumped on his back, pounded the shit out of him. "Don't you ever fucking put your hand on me again." And trust me, he didn't. So we went from the mini suite, and then he was down where the employees sleep. You know, we're in the room, and you can get food 24 hours a day. He's down there. He called up for breakfast. They said, "What room are you in?" "Oh no, you go to the Lido deck. Go serve yourself." So boy, he never pulled that shit on me again. He really was very interesting. I mean, you know, but living with him, oh my God, coming home drunk night after night. You know, we have we have this supply business in our house. We had pulled downstairs up the hallway, and the kids were busy and they left, and they didn't put the stairs up, and the steps were down. He came home drunk, walked right into that thing. Oh, I hear him. I thought, wow, that's a great idea. I have to do that more often. Didn't even have to beat him up. Knock himself out. Oh, and boy, oh boy, I'm telling you. Well, we were like in Center City, and there was a restaurant where we used to stop and eat all the time, and a lot of the detectives used to come in and they would tell stories, and Eddie would tell them even better. So whatever happened. But oh my God, I just you know, like people say, "Oh, when I'm old, I'm going to sit on my rocking chair and I'm going to tell stories." I'm afraid to tell half the stories I got to tell because I don't believe in myself, and I was there. Especially if Eddie told them, like, And when he first started telling me stories, I really believed him. And then when I was with him and saw the story, I said, wait a minute, what's wrong with you? That didn't happen. Yeah, we know. And he was a good storyteller. And he was a lot of fun with people. When I first went to the conventions, I'd be walking around looking for him. Then people would say, Eddie's looking for you. And I'd say, where is he? And they'd say that way. I went that way. I had enough of his shit. That was my break on the convention, going with everybody else but him. But, yeah, it was fun. Yeah, Suzanne Fowler, Pat Sinatra. Well, I met one of my best lifelong friend is Lori. She used to work for Pat Sinatra, and she's just a sweet, loving, honorable person. One time we're in the shop, this guy comes in. He's got what do you call it? A Sharpie mustache and a goatee on. He comes in and she's talking to the guy, and I'm looking at her. I thought, man, that guy would have been out the door on his head. I would have been, well, I would talk to people within reason, but this guy thought he was out to lunch. So she buys so finally he comes in, he's gonna get tattooed, and she said, did you eat? And he said no. She gives him money for a bagel. He comes back and gives her the change, and she says to me, wow, wasn't that nice? I said, what? He brought me my change. She said, are you serious? You bought him a bagel and he brought you the change and you think he's wonderful? But that's the type of person she is. She's a big one.
Yeah.
And a couple times I thought, but she's really special and she's my friend for life.
Yeah, that's cool.
But what's so sad too is there's so many people that will rip you off and con you and whatever. Even my twin sister used to say, there's a sucker born every day. Do you know how long it took me to figure out I was one of them suckers she was talking about?
Yeah.
We would have a candy bar. She'd say, Penny, can I have half for your candy bar? Yeah, here's half of my candy bar. She didn't even let me smell the wrapper of her. You know how long it took me to figure that one out? Nah, I'm done. I'm good. That's why I say I've learned I'd rather be a bitch than a sucker.
Yeah, you're right about that.
I sleep better.
Yeah,
Much better
for sure.
So,
that's
okay,
awesome.
Now what?
Well, what we usually do about an hour talk. We did about an hour, but I certainly always, yeah, exactly. I certainly always love talking. And I definitely want to have you on some more, Penny. I want to have you on again. And Brian, too, obviously. We want to go through probably some collectible stuff one time, Brian. And we got different cameras, and we can zoom in and get in close and actually show some tattoo stuff. And then we can actually, I'm thinking about having a tent talk with maybe like yourself, and I'd like to invite Judy and maybe get some of the older school ladies together, and maybe me just kind of shut up and let you ladies talk and stuff like that. Just some old school tattoo talk and stuff like that.
Well, I'd like to listen to them because I was watching what I was watching a little bit, and I saw another woman that was on there that was talking about things that you don't do for a tattoo. I mean, people, unbelievable. Well, here's one example of the stories when we're in there. Some guy comes in, he wants an eagle with a banner. So he says, Daddy, how much is it? I think he said 60. He said, how much is it without the banner? He said 50. So then he walking around and went to another eagle. And he said, well, I wanted to spend 100. And he says, well, come on, let me show you a nicer eagle. So he shows him a nicer eagle. The guy says, nah, I don't want that one. He goes back. He ends up spending $100 for the one that he could have got for 60. Because he wanted to spend 60. And we're like, and we had a shop in Kensington, which is the really, really bad part of Philly. It's like drug area and really, really bad. We used to have there was a park there. They used to call it McPherson Square. Now they call it Needle Park.
Oh, yeah, okay. I have heard of that.
So anyhow, some guy, drunks were attracted to me. That's why Eddie, oh, look at her. You know, he was drunk and I looked and I wasn't a drinker. So it was more booze for them. But anyhow, some guy comes in and another guy comes in. He says to Eddie, can you do an American flag? Eddie said, sure, sit down. He said, well, he says, how much? Eddie says, it'll be $100. The guy sits down. Eddie puts a line on him. He gets up. He said, you Nazi bastard. Gets up and walks out. We're like, okay. Well, Eddie had the $100. 20 minutes later, the same guy comes in, same story. Now, this is a story. If I wasn't there, I wouldn't have believed him if he told me this one. Guy comes back in again. He said, one American flag. Eddie, yeah, have a seat. Guy sits down. Another line. The Nazi bastard gets up and walks out the door. It's 3 times. So Eddie made $300 for doing 3 lines. The third time, he didn't come back after the third time, but he left his jacket. And Tommy went through it and he found $20. So we made $320 for doing nothing. 3 lines.
Holy shit.
Another time I'm walking outside, like I said, drunks are attracted to me. There was a bar and I went out to sweep the sidewalk or something. And there was this drunk getting in his car, putting a key in the door, and he sees me and he follows me into the shop. So we relieved him of $100 and sent him on his way. So every time it was slow, Tommy DiNapoli would say to me, hey, Penny, can you go out and sweep the sidewalk? So a drunk would follow me in the door. Oh, boy, yeah, he was the character too. Tommy was a piece of work. He was, like, he used to act like he's tough and, I'm going to go kick somebody's ass. And I thought, well, I'm kind of bored. They said, come on, I'll go with you. And he said, nah, maybe we better not. Hey, you guys ain't nothing but a bunch of pussies. So what were they? The warlocks. Oh, big warlock. But it was very, very interesting life. I wouldn't trade it for anything. Would I want to go back into that bullshit? Oh, I'm sorry. No, I'm good. But yeah, I would love to. And it's just a pleasure talking to you because I can see the joy you're getting from just talking to people.
Yeah, I like doing it. I think it's cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, I like doing it with people. I like people kicking in, having a good time and telling the stories and stuff like that, and sharing the stories because one day I'm not going to be here. You're not going to be here. We're not going to be here.
Oh no, I'm going to be here if I'm going to hunt people. I ain't going nowhere.
well, now we're going to be able to hunt them through videos and paintings, and you know what? Even our tattoos are going to be gone. Even the pictures are going to be gone. But the video and just a lot of the stuff's going to be here forever. Yes. And I think it's what makes me the happiest is like my grandkids, my great grandkids, and people from my family, your family, other people's family. They'll be able to look back and look at the stories and the tents and the paintings and even the stories. The stories are worth, man. It's almost like with the internet and the information that's able to be shared and gathered, and now through Zoom and all this, I just think it's a great forum.
It is, and I started watching a few of your videos and stuff like that,
cool.
And listening to different people, and and the pains in the asses of people, what the questions they ask you, and it was like, oh, I remember too, like I would be in the shop and somebody would come in and you could tell they picked their scab. Scab their tattoo and whatever. Yeah. Oh, look what happened. I said, and what happened to that? He said, were you yeah. I said, were you smoking? Did you pick? Yeah. Can you fix it? Yeah. I said, $15. He said, well, Billy told me he'd do it for 10. I said, come back when he's here. I got the 15. If I hadn't been a waitress and dealt with people, I would have never been able to handle the tattoo shop because whenever there was a full moon, they dropped them off in busloads. I was like, I couldn't believe all the nuts were out on the full moon and they came in the shop. One woman walked in the shop and I said, if you need any help with anything, let me know. Because I don't like somebody in my shoes when I'm looking. She said, my name is so-and-so and don't you forget it. And I said, do you want a tattoo? And she said, No, I said, get the fuck out of here and don't forget it and don't come back. I had to, well, I wasn't acting. I was as crazy as they were, and I scared them and they left.
They had to go.
Oh, the stories. Woo.
Yeah, that's
poor
good.
Dracula, that poor guy, he just, you know, last time I saw him, you know, he had, I think he had arthritis really bad, and, you know, his health was bad, and I had never seen anybody like him in my life. It's like, and then Eddie with the hairdo, quite an eye opener.
That's super cool. Super cool, man.
Yeah, if you weren't married,
Yeah, and
you know, I could count how many times in a week he was drunk. When he was drunk, he turned his socks inside out. When he wasn't, he was very neat. So I thought, okay, yeah, he was drunk 6 times this week, and there's only one more day to go.
Good. That's good.
Yeah, that, you know, I'll tell you seriously, I started watching a couple of the, you know, other people that were on, like Judy, and I know I'm going to get into it. I listened to another woman talking about what people do, and I remember one guy coming in to get a tattoo, 10 people with him, from diapers to diaper, to kids to grandmother wearing diapers. I said, is anybody left at home? What the hell is this?
Yeah, that is crazy.
Yeah.
They're bringing them with the whole family gathering.
Yeah, and one guy comes in, he's getting tattooed. The other guy's going in and out the door with the air conditioner going. I said, look, make up your mind. You're either out or you're in. Another time we're in there, somebody's carrying on and whatever. And I told the guy, shut the hell up. And Eddie's in the back tattooing somebody, and the guy's in there with his wife. And the guy said to Eddie, your wife's out there by herself. Do you think we ought to go out and make sure she's okay? And I said, no, we're safer back here. What the hell? I thought, you know, seriously, what the hell I needed him for? Okay, this is the last story I'm going to tell you. This will help you sleep. I'm in the shop one day. This guy came in all the time, and he was like 400 pounds. And every time he got a tattoo, I don't care if it was on his arm, he's wearing a bikini. Like, oh, you know, he was just gross looking at him. So one day Eddie's out there messing around with flash, and I'm sitting in the, you know, it was a couple steps, a little alcove with pictures. So the guy comes over and he's talking to me, saying, oh, hi, how are you? I said, oh, I'm doing good. He said, I don't know where this came from. He said, you know, I don't have a tan mark on my body. And I'm thought, who gives a shit? So he says, I said, well, he said, I said, oh, that's nice. He said, well, I belong to a nudist colony. I said, okay, that's really nice too. I said, but if that's your cup of tea, fine, but it's not my cup of tea. Doesn't that guy stand there and pull his pants down? And he walks up the steps, looks at the guy standing in the corner with his pants down, looks at me, and kept on going. The guy had the smallest dick I've ever seen in my life. I swear. I'm not usually at a loss for words, but I said to this guy, I wanted to say to him, you have really nice tattoos, but where's your dick? One of the other guys said to me, as soon as you said that's not my cup of tea, that was what he was looking for. And that's when he pulled his pants down. And I just turned around and I looked and I'm like, unbelievable.
The shock and awe factor.
Yeah. But you know, honestly, I really was a lot more shy. I know people don't believe it. I don't believe it myself anymore. But I don't take shit from people anymore. You say the word, I'm on you like a flying on shit.
Yeah, right.
That's, you know, I realized that I used to say, why are people doing this? Because I let them. Now I don't let them, and I'm a bitch. Yep. Thank you.
Age and wisdom.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm starting to. I used to be a little bit the opposite. I used to be when I was younger. I used to be real fast to act. Boom, real fast to act. Now I'd say probably in the last 5 to 8 years. Now I might be real fast to think, but I don't act. I don't act. I'll evaluate stuff and I'll think about it before I act now. I don't know why that is, but it's kind of weird. I don't like that. I don't like it.
You have a strike against you from the beginning. What can I say?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too sure if I like it, but I don't know. I guess I'm more mellow. I guess
whatever works for you.
Yeah,
Seriously,
maybe it's the age and the wisdom once again. But yeah,
I give people the benefit of the doubt, and when I find out when they cross a certain thing, a certain line, I put a period on them. I'm done.
Yeah,
because if they're going to do it to, I think about how I would treat people the way you want to be treated, but they just don't get it.
No, you're 100% right. That's I guess that's kind of what that's a really good way to think about it. Just be done.
Yeah, and that's it. Once I'm done, I'm done.
Yeah,
and
that's nice.
I put a period on it, done. Never talk again. It's a shame, it's sad to be that way. And even now, people are going through hard times with this, coronavirus, being quarantined and all that. And you go out and you see people bitching and moaning and complaining. Come on.
Right.
Nice. People fair.
Right. And and like you just said there too. And once someone has a different opinion, it's like the other person you can't have it. It's like once you have a different opinion, it's like you're at odds with each other. It's like, fuck it. Don't have to be like that, bro. I'm like, shit, I can have a different opinion. Your favorite color can be yellow. Mine can be blue. We don't have to be mad because you don't have the same color as me, bro.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Thing is tattoos. It don't bother me if you don't have it. It bother you if I do. This is my body, my choice.
Yep.
You don't want them, don't get them. Like that guy said, I like my body just the way it is. I said, look at your fucking face.
You should have got one of them blackouts.
I wish you would have seen this guy. I'm trying to be nice. And he's like, oh my God. He had a magic mirror if he liked his body the way it was.
Rice his whole head white out.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Yeah, people are crazy. People are real fast to judge. That's what I like. That's another thing I like about tattoos, though. Because I got stuff that most people like. When they see it, they're like, "What is that?"
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, and hardly nobody has tattoos around here. Like
that's what I wanted to say. What was that crap you had? No,
right. No, that's what I like about them. Because some people have roses, some people have bio, some people have organic, some people have geometrical stuff. It's just whatever people like, man, is what they like. It's just crazy. People are crazy.
I was trying to get tattooed by as many people as I could because the memories I have are just phenomenal.
Yeah, a collector.
Really great.
Yeah, I get that now too. I totally get that.
Like I've had, like when we would go on cruises in different places and a woman would say, how could you ruin your body like that? I said, why are you giving me your opinion? I don't even know you.
Right.
Do you think I care what you think? This is about me. Whatever you do is about you.
And a lot of beautiful stories behind it. Like you said, all those people that tattooed you, those are individual beautiful stories in yourself.
Oh
every
my
tattoo.
God. And the memories. And sometimes I look around and I just love it. I love the memories. And the people I met, good, bad, and ugly, and everything else. But I accept people the way they are. And when I was a waitress, I used to try to treat people nice because I figured they were spending their hard-earned money to come out and have a meal. And I used to make it pleasant and, talk to them and treat them right. And then if they were shitheads, I treated them like shit too. One guy
they get a tip.
Okay, this is I used to give, one guy left me, I think a dime. I went back outside and I gave him a quarter. I said, here's your dime and and I gave him 15 cents more. I said, you need it more than I do. And I don't take shit from anybody. And people are, how can I do it? You're talking to me like that? No way. Out the door you go. But that's a hard business. I think everybody should be a waitress. Dealing with the public is hard.
Yeah.
I used to say, if it weren't for people, what a wonderful world it would be. And I'm looking at him. He was drunk most of the time. He didn't even know what the hell was going on. Oh, well. Yeah, we got to do this again. And I'm definitely going to be watching more of the videos because they're fantastic. They are really, really good.
Yeah, they're cool. I like them, and I'm glad people enjoy doing them. And yeah, as long as people want to come on and share stories and talk tattoos and talk about old stories and share tattoo. Yes, that's all we're gonna do.
Who started this?
Huh?
Who started this?
Whose store?
Who started it?
Oh, I did.
I'm from Philly. You don't understand who? STARTED started this.
Me.
Oh, you did. Oh, cool.
Yeah. Well, really. Guy and Gabe were doing virtual tattoo gatherings, and so they were doing like once in a while they would do like an event, and I'm friends with both of them, and I do a lot of stuff. I do build tattoo machine with Guy, and we're doing the Rock River Tattoo Art Expo, and the COVID came and it kind of put a kibosh on the things that we were doing. So we were kind of just like, well, fuck, man, what's there to do? And then Guy and Gabe came up with the virtual tattoo gathering, and then Guy, I was talking to him about it, and he's like, well, if you want, Rob, maybe you can, if you want to, just do some tent talk or talk out of the tent, or talk about your tent, or talk about historical stuff, or talk about maybe some 815 stuff, and we'll prime it for the upcoming show in 2020 or 2022 now. So I was like, okay, well fuck, that's a good idea. I can kind of show stuff and talk about stuff, and I'll give a build up so when people come to the event, they'll already have like a little knowledge about what we're doing, what we have, what we're about, some of the items. So they'll kind of want to see them. They'll want to see the tent. They'll want to see all the original flash, see some of the original stuff. So it was kind of a boost for it. And then after that, they kind of quit doing it. And then Guy was undercover working on reinventing the tattoo application, because he had already done the book and it was super success, and it's just amazing. And he just has so much knowledge, and all of the people that worked with him with the book, he's still friends with all those people. So he went into the new realm and started building the app and started doing that. And then he invited me. He's like, Rob, if you'd like to, you could be a part of it. You could do like a little talk or something, a little historical something. And I was like, yeah, I would love to, man. I'd be honored to, in fact. So yeah, so I started doing tent talk with Guy and Gabe and stuff like that. So now I just do it like maybe twice a month, or whenever I find somebody that I like or that's interested or they want to do it with me, we'll get together and chop it up. And I'll either, if they already know how to Zoom and stuff, I just go with it. If not, I'll get on and kind of show them and do everything.
Yeah, well, I have a suggestion. Don't put Brian on again, because he talks too much.
well, I'll tell you what, he'll definitely know how it goes for when we go through some of the collectible stuff.
Awesome. Oh yeah, then he'll come. He'll
bring his A game.
I'll be laughing at you.
Yeah, for sure. Well, I super appreciate both of you showing up and doing great, man. You guys did great, phenomenal. I appreciate you showing the stuff, Brian.
I'm so glad you got to meet me. No.
Yeah. Oh, I am super glad. Like, I for real. You might be joking, but I really am glad that we've got to become friends. I really am, Penny. It's amazing. I told Guy, which he already knew, but I told him, I'm like, man, she's fucking cool, dude. Good storyteller. She's funny as fuck, man. I told Guy this. I said, I'll just tell you one thing, bro. I told her, I was talking to her and she's like, all right, well, I'll tell you a funny story about Eddie. All right, I'm done. I was like, that's true. I was like, get the fuck out of here. She's like, yeah, I'm gonna tell you all the funny stories about Eddie. I'm done.
Yeah, I did that to somebody else. They laughed their ass off. Did it to somebody else, and he looked as confused as Eddie did.
Dude, you hit me with that one. I laughed my ass off.
Everybody's thinking, oh boy, I'm gonna hear some stories. Yeah, funny stories. I'm done. Most of them were.
Oh, it's amazing.
Pain in the ass,
amazing. But yeah, well, I appreciate it once again. We might have went a little half hour over, but that's how we always enjoy going over. We have excellent people. But I appreciate it, Penny and Brian. We'll get together and we'll do it again, man. We'll for sure do it again.
It's long. If Brian wouldn't talk as much, it wouldn't have taken this long.
That extra half hour.
Yeah, that's good shit.
Nah,
That's
he's
good
my
shit.
buddy.
Well, we'll have us a big, we'll have us a nice little session next time, and we'll show us some stuff and kick some stories around, because I know we have tons of stories and tons of
Oh,
time.
yeah.
Yep, tons of
Sounds
stories,
great.
and tons of times. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. And if anybody sees that Bitcoin logo, that Bitcoin QR code, for anybody watching, that's a thing you can scan. You can send Bitcoin to that address, and all of the proceeds go to Reinventing the Tattoo Live. They don't go to me. They don't go to Penny. They don't go to nobody. They go to the formulation of building the app and getting some virtual tools going, some VRs and stuff like that. There's a lot of things that Reinvent the Tattoo application is going to bring to the table. So if you have Bitcoin and you're into the Bitcoin technology, scan the code and shoot some love, and all the money's going to go to the Reinventing the Tattoo community, not
That's
us.
awesome.
It's going to the forum. But thank you guys, and we enjoyed everybody's for tuning in. Have a good day, Penny.
All right,
Thank you.
take care.
My
Appreciate it,
pleasure.
Brian.